Welcome to Dishonored, the 2012 immersive sim that captivated players with its stunning art style and fluid gameplay. It's the kind of game that rewards you for how much you're willing to invest, whether that's stealth, chaos, lethal or non-lethal, or a little bit of both. It's the kind of game where the world bends to your choices, and those decisions shape everything around you. If you choose to eliminate everyone in your path, the game reflects your dark nature, plunging Dunwall into an even grimmer state with more rats and sick NPCs roaming the streets, a perfect fit for your twisted version of Corvo Attano. Maybe you're the benevolent type, opting for a non-lethal playstyle in the hopes that the lives you spare get to live in a future Dunwall worth living in. No matter which moral road you decide to travel, Dishonored offers you the tools you need to do the job and solid stealth mechanics that make it fun to sneak around. Part of what makes Dishonored so much fun are the powers, which are broken. Possess lets you control rats to sneak in areas that you're not supposed to. Wind Blast is basically a force push. Devouring Swarm is exactly what it sounds like, and it's surprisingly powerful. Dark Vision gives you detective vision, but the star of the show is Blink. Blink feels like the foundation of the game's design, seamlessly integrated into every aspect of gameplay. It's useful for just about any stealth scenario, and it's one of the few abilities in the game that only temporarily uses your mana. Blink is really a utility power with multiple uses. Obviously, you can use it to reach those areas that were previously not accessible, but it's just as great at getting out of areas too, like enemy sightlines and rat swarms. Its range is pretty limited at first, but you can upgrade it to cross entire city streets with just one click. Its most broken feature is that it makes no sound, so you can teleport right behind enemy guards and take them out almost instantly from a distance at a temporary cost. I'm making it sound unbalanced on purpose, and it is, but Blink is absolutely core to the identity of Dishonored, and frankly, isn't the same game without it. The devs at Arcane knew that you'd be using Blink all the time, so instead of restricting this extremely powerful ability outright, which would make the game less fun to play, they give you soft limits, allowing you to experiment, adapt, and push the boundaries of what you can do. It's this kind of thoughtful design that makes Dishonored feel like a sandbox of possibilities, where every new power you gain opens up even more ways to approach your goals. Even in the design of the powers themselves, it's clear that Arcane carefully considered every type of player. Some powers cater to those who prefer combat, while others lean more towards stealth. For me, I focus on taking as many people out non-lethally until I get caught and go scorched earth.
I'm a lying piece of shit dead.
And nowhere are these choices more evident than in the game's first mission, where you can immediately see how the different abilities complement different playstyles. But first, let's figure out just exactly how we got here. You start off on a boat alongside two escorts returning you to the city of Dunwall. It's a calm and peaceful ride that slowly introduces you to this steampunk industrial environment. It's here where we also meet some more side characters like the natural philosopher Sokolov and High Overseer Campbell, and Emily, the Empress's daughter. You get a better sense of the kind of royal gothic inspiration that they're going for just by looking at some of the character designs. Every character has that distinct look in their appearance, which I think is part of the reason this game still holds up visually to this day. We'll encounter some of these characters later, but our goal right now is to deliver a message to the Empress.
I hoped that one of the other cities had dealt with this before, knew of some cure. This news is very bad. We're at the breaking point. Cowards. They're going to blockade us. They'll wait to see if the plague turns the city into a graveyard.
Are you okay, Mother? You seem sad.
Yes, don't worry, darling. Mother is fine. Wait, where are the guards? Who sent them away?
Mother, look! What are they doing on the rooftop?
What? Emily, come here! Emily, get behind me! Look out! Another one! Corvo, thank you. If you hadn't been here... No more! Not again!
Mommy! No!
Corvo, it's all coming apart. Find Emily. Protect her. You're the only one who'll know what to do. Won't you? Corvo.
Ward us all. Look at what he's done.
Yes, he's killed the Empress. What did you do with young Lady Emily, traitor?
Her own bodyguard. Ironic.
I'll see you beheaded for this, Corvo. Peg him.
We find ourselves 6 months later in a grim torture chamber, where Campbell and the Lord Regent relentlessly attempt to coerce a confession from us. Despite their efforts, we refuse to break and are eventually thrown back into our cell. A guard slips us a key, setting the stage for a daring escape orchestrated by a secretive group of loyalists determined to free us. Here, we finally take control of our character. Okay, here's the plan. We're getting out of this place, and we're doing it on our terms. Option 1. We slip past every guard, silent as shadows, leaving before anyone's the wiser. Option 2. No witnesses. Regardless of our choice, we'll rig a handmade explosive on the front gate, blow it wide open, and make a beeline for the sewers where a special contact will be waiting. Timing is everything.
Solitary wing off limits for maintenance unless dignitary.
The nigga swung his body to the side.
Limits to maintenance.
Forget it. Just do your rounds. Reports trouble.
And that's how my shit was opening. It hit me. Boom, pow.
With our goal to break out of prison completed, it's time to learn these loyalists and create a kill list of people who wronged us on the boat ride to our new hideout. It's not too bad. I mean, it's covered in trash, but we gotta start somewhere if we're gonna get our revenge. It's here where we finally meet our allies, Pendleton and Havelock, who know the truth of what actually happened to the Empress 6 months ago. They'll give us our next mission in the morning, but for now, we'll drift off to sleep. Welcome to the Void, an enigmatic place that lies at the edge of existence where all things eventually meet their end. Here, we encounter the Outsider, a primordial, otherworldly being who watches over this realm and our own. He grants us his mark, a symbol of his favor, and with it, we gain those extraordinary powers. The game has changed, and so have we.
These forces will serve your will. Use this newfound power.
Before we leave, he gives us the heart of a living thing, which lets us find essential collectibles that improve our abilities. He doesn't tell us, but this is actually the Empress's heart, and using it on certain areas or pointing at NPCs will reveal secrets that add some context and visual flair to the world.
I can feel the great age ending.
No more.
They are burning ways. The doom of Pandasia has come to the city. The river rushed in when the barrier broke. The whole district went dark. I will be glad to rest.
It's a pretty clever way to give us some context on the kind of person she was before her life was taken from her, and the design of the heart itself is incredibly iconic to the series. When we awake, Havelock sets us on our next mission, an assassination. Our target is Overseer Campbell, one of the conspirators behind the Empress's murder and one of the many masterminds who framed us for her death. This is our chance to start unraveling their plot, one target at a time, and hopefully bring us closer to Emily. Before we leave, we're asked to spare the life of one of Campbell's men, Captain Kernrow, who's supposedly one of the good guys. It's presented as a morally good choice, but ultimately it's our decision to consider the fates of these characters. Our contact that got us out of prison gives us a ride back to Dunwall for a shot at making things right. It's here where the game really starts, and we get full control of what happens next with all the tools we need to do the job. We can start interacting with this world, talk to NPCs, and complete side objectives. Using the heart here reveals hidden runes scattered throughout the world, serving as upgrade points that unlock powerful new abilities from the outsider. These runes you collect are invaluable, and collecting them is the key to expanding our arsenal of supernatural gifts. Some of these are tucked away in hard to reach spots, requiring clever navigation, while others are locked behind safes, doors, or engaging side stories. The effort to get them feels well worth it, and each rune brings us one step closer to becoming the ultimate assassin, tying progression directly to the mastery of both the world and its challenges. Bone charms, another form of upgrade, aren't that great. You know how in some games like Borderlands, when you're just leveling up stat bonuses and not actually gaining new ways to play the game? Well, bone charms are worse than that. 90% of these are useless, like increased swim speed for the 5 times you're ever going to enter water, or increased throwing distance to make distractions easier when, again, you can just blink right past. This was Arcane's attempt at creating build diversity, but I feel like they realized too far into development that there just wasn't a need for this at all. It's a great idea, you have these cool main powers and you want players to use all of them, so forcing build diversity here would naturally mean locking some of those fun powers off. So bone charms were the answer. And some of these are genuinely useful, like faster choking speeds or faster swing speeds, and with these I can get what they were trying to go for, but the few good ones really aren't worth seeking out. Bone charms feel out of place in this kind of game, and I found myself just skipping these after a few levels collecting them and wasting my time. With the abilities that we have, we eventually make it all the way to Campbell's location, where we're faced with one of many decisions that can alter the fate of Dunwall and ultimately determine the ending of the game. The choice system here is impactful on the surface, though admittedly a bit manufactured and binary, but more on that later. In this mission, Campbell is plotting to poison Captain Kernrow, and depending on how you interact with these wine glasses, you have a few ways to intervene. I chose to save Kernrow by knocking him out and stashing him in a nearby dumpster. As for Campbell, I went with the non-lethal route, branding his face with the heretic's mark, basically exiling him from power in the most humiliating way possible. These kinds of decisions lower your overall chaos rating, which the game tracks at the end of each mission. Do you want to skip the lengthy takedown animation? Just kill the guards instead. Or what about those innocent maids that alert every guard in the building the second they see you? Do you really want to wait for the sleep dart to kick in when a well-placed bolt to the skull gets the job done instantly? That pessimistic, brutal efficiency does have consequences. More plague victims, more rats, and a darker world that starts to reflect your own growing ruthless view. NPCs will start to treat you differently depending on your playstyle, and you'll get a worse outcome for these characters. It sounds like an interesting and developed concept on paper, but it ultimately steers players towards the familiar binary of good and evil playthroughs that plagues a lot of these 7th gen games. Low chaos for the heroic approach, high chaos for the villainous one, renegade or paragon, hero or infamous, low chaos or high chaos. It's all the same, despite the nuanced measurement scheme. The chaos system could have offered a more dynamic way to reflect your actions in this world. And even though this morality system is half-baked in execution, by nature it does at least provide some agency in the story, and discovering how to take out targets non-lethally is like a mini puzzle in itself. Take the 3rd mission for example. Your goal is to take out Lady Boyle, who's located inside a mansion mask party, but there's a twist. Your target's sisters are all dressed in the same outfits, so you have to collect evidence and choose the right target. It's a level with both hostile and neutral zones that feels like it's taken right from Hitman as you weave between rooms and blend in with the crowds. Eavesdropping and exploring leads me to this guy, who knows exactly why I'm here. He's actually the lover of our target, and he requests that we knock her unconscious and leave her in the basement cellar so that they can run away far from Dunwall. This seems like a pretty reasonable request. I don't get any blood on my hands, and this guy gets to keep his girlfriend, so naturally I do it. Here, he reveals that they aren't lovers at all, and he's just some crazy stalker that plans to hold her captive until she has no choice but to fall in love with him. This is considered a non-lethal, low-chaos choice despite its cruel nature. And every mission is full of these little side stories. In the same one, you can sign the guest list and find a book about it later in the game where they directly mention you by name. It's so cool having these little moments, but let's be real, they're still relatively shallow in consequence that typically exist strictly in a vacuum. Then comes Dishonored's greatest strength or greatest weakness, depending on your point of view. It's kind of easy, like really easy. This might seem obvious, like yeah, of course the stealth game that lets you teleport 30 feet silently is going to be easy, but it's deeper than that because I still get caught from time to time in stealth anyway. It's the combat where the problems start to show. Here are the main issues. Almost every attack you have has the potential to stun or outright kill an enemy out the gate. Tools like frag grenades are cookable, so it's almost always a guaranteed couple kills, and pistol shots will one-shot most enemies in close range. This is fine, having powerful tools to use isn't inherently bad. The problem comes with the amount of ammo you get and how quick it is to refill your stock. 10 bullets is the amount that you start with, that's 10 kills, and you can eventually upgrade this number to 30 if you save for upgrades, which isn't that hard if you're exploring the map. So 30 bullets, 30 kills, that's enough kills to take out every guard in most missions. Keep in mind, half the guards you kill carry pistol ammo, so that number is closer to 45, but you can also find ammo laying around the map, so if you're exploring, you see my point, it just keeps going on. You even see the same issue with the health and mana consumables. You can carry 10 of each at any point in time, but that's fine, there's gotta be a cooldown so you can't spam- no cooldown, just spam to your heart's content. With combat being so easy, where are the stakes in stealth? Well, the more you're caught, the higher your chaos rating, which changes the ending you get. So there's at least some motivation in the long term to maintain stealth and do the extra work to incapacitate rather than kill. But more could have been done in the short term to make it feel less like I'm protecting the enemy from myself. So, how does Dishonored still work? Because it's a fun, original IP with an engaging art style and a power fantasy unlike any other in a genre that has only further marginalized itself with the straight-up death of its most popular titles. Dishonored isn't perfect, but it's undeniably distinct. In a genre that's fading fast, its bold design, immersive gameplay, and unique powers keep it timeless and worth revisiting. That is, if you can get it running in the correct resolution. Hey guys, I can't believe there's 125 people subscribed to the channel. That's pretty cool. I started this channel over a year ago and have made a record of 5 videos, so sorry about that. We're gonna fix that. I appreciate all of the comments and I really do read all of them, even the silly ones. I'm gonna keep making videos because I love it, so to all 125 of you, thanks for watching. Alright, bye guys.
Can come over if you want to. It can